And it is time for things you might ought to know for the morning of Friday, September 27th, 2024. At least as I'm saying these words to you going out on the internet, it could be any day. And hopefully it is Friday. And you're learning these things that will be good for you for this day here, or you can save them for next year, 365 days from now. They'll still be relevant on this day because they're birthdays. They are things in history. It's a celebration for the day. And the word of the day and the affirmation work for you as well. What we have for you is the fun stuff, the part that used to be a part of a much larger and longer podcast of called Things You Might Not Have Heard. And in order to split it up, make it easier to digest, things like that, we have in two pieces. So you may have just watched the previous show, which is news articles, news from the previous day for a day start. This is some things that get you some fun stuff to learn for the day, things including, and it's odd if you're watching this on the video. Uh, I had Eleanor Rigby is stuck in my head ever since we started working on this piece for this morning, because Jenna Ortega just fills perfectly into that role. So it's been Jenna Ortega, Jenna Ortega, Jenna Ortega, and because it's Jenna Ortega's birthday. Happy birthday to the lovely young person who's all over the place. She was in Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. She, of course, is Wednesday Addams, the current Wednesday Addams, and star of Wednesday, the spinoff that's all about Wednesday Addams. And she is 21 years old on the day, and she may be one of our next superstar billionaire actresses because ain't nothing stopping Jenna Ortega these days. Also, love to Avril Lavigne, who, believe it or not, is 40 years old. So if you think that makes you feel old, it's because you are old, because she is old as well. We are all much older these days, and Avril Lavigne is all super grown up, but she's still touring with, the ties and singing about skater boys and things like that, because that's what she's known for. Nostalgia, if you will. Lil Wayne, only 2 years older than Avril Lavigne, although you would not guess it by the looks. Lil Wayne. As I had a little quick, 2-minute rap beef with or beef with someone on Lil Wayne. Essentially, when I said, why do I care about Lil Wayne's comments against Skip Bayless? And he was like, Lil Wayne's the best rapper in all time. It's like, yeah, he just kind of mumbles and whatever. Lil Wayne's a bit like, man, I'm 50. I don't care. But Lil Wayne is a great artist, great entertainer. Actually, a big fan of his. And people who don't get internet humor and internet jesting just need to go sit down someplace. So, dude, go sit down. He's a great rapper. He don't care about you neither. Lil Wayne, 42, Avril Lavigne, 40, and Jenna Ortega, 21 years old on today. Things that happened on this day way, way back in the day. Let's go back to 1964, of course, where the Warren Commission released its report concluding that Lee Harvey Oswald was acting alone in the assassination attempt of President John F. Kennedy. Now, many people don't believe that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in this assassination attempt, and I guess you don't have to, but conspiracy theorists can do what they want to. The official report from official government who says it was just one man acting by himself, and it's up to you to agree to it, or believe that the moon landing was there, or that there's not the fluoride in the water isn't turning the fish gay, or whatever it is that Alex Jones is talking about these days. Back in 1998, the bane of our existence, Google, was founded. And so we basically called that the birth of Skynet, because we're pretty sure Google is Skynet, although ChatGPT is making a run for its money. But we'll see what day the machines become sentient and take over and control the world, and whether Linda Hamilton, who had a birthday yesterday, will come back to fight the machines with her son, John Connor, and some semblance of a Terminator. Or maybe we'll just complain about Google searches going forward. In 2004, controversy on Tonight Show set where Conan O'Brien was announced to take over from Jay Leno in 2009. Conan O'Brien at the time was the host of The Late Show, or Late Night with Conan O'Brien, a writer from Saturday Night Live, essentially his big turn. And then he put him on TV because he was funny, and he really was funny. And in 2009, he took over the Tonight Show. And then Jay Leno came back like a week later, like, yeah, maybe I want to come back. Yeah, you may remember that. It started Conan on a wild whirlwind tour of being Conan, which probably would not have happened if it weren't for this thing here. Otherwise, he might still be running the Night Show like a Johnny Carson type person. Our word for the day is a very fun word, I believe. Let's go with whippersnapper. Yes, an unimportant but offensively presumptuous person, especially a young one. So use in a sentence, despite being called a whippersnapper by his elder colleagues, He proved this worth by leading the project to a successful conclusion. This is not the quip that you may be used to seeing these days, as whippersnapper is not exactly in form and fashion in the 2024s. But hey, if you watch those old movies and you make fun of people like in those old movies, and darn whippersnapper, you get what's going on. Try using this in a sentence and watch people look at you funny, and then you realize you're making fun of somebody. They'll laugh along with you and at them. Kind of mean, but yeah, try to use whippersnapper in a word today. The Big Words Project is where we try to teach you big words or more words, usually words smaller than whippersnapper. Go to thebigwordsproject.com and learn more about big words every day, including today. We're going to do the ad part for the affirmation a bit later, because this week we are publishing, we are promoting my book on affirmations. But one affirmation from the book is this one here: I forgive myself and learn from my mistakes. Why would you want to have this affirmation in your back pocket, in the back of your mind for times that are coming to you? This one promotes healing and recovery. Affirming self-forgiveness facilitates emotional healing and allows you to move past guilt and shame that's associated with mistakes, and contributes to you maintaining your sobriety, recovering from addiction, breaking cycle of negative self-perception, getting through your depression, things like that. Being able to forgive yourself of your past transgressions and call them a mistake you're learning from is a great step in moving forward. So keep this in your mind whenever you are really depressed and can't figure out how to get past something that you know is a wrong that should not have been wronged. I forgive myself and learn from my mistakes. We'll talk more about affirmations in the salesy part because we're selling the book today. So we'll get deeper into how these things work in just a moment. But celebrate good times. Come on. It's time for Chocolate Milk Day. Chocolate Milk Day, the best of the milks, although strawberry milk does kick pretty well. And vanilla milk is like vanilla. Regular milk is a classic. Vanilla milk is an addition of sugar that you don't really need. Although chocolate and strawberry are the same things. But on September 27th, hold up a tall, frosty glass of chocolate milk as we celebrate National Chocolate Milk Day, which, of course, we all know comes from chocolate cows. Actually, no. In the late 1680s, an Irish-born physicist by the name of Sir Hans Sloane invented a chocolate beverage that became known as chocolate milk. He was offered the position of a personal physician to the English Duke in Jamaica, and he jumped at the opportunity because Jamaica was a great naturalist place. But while there, he encountered a local beverage where locals mix cocoa and water together. And then he said, you know what? You don't like the taste of this. Let's up the ante on this thing. And that's how we have chocolate milk, and actually hot cocoa that tastes great with milk, even though the powdered stuff in the water is, serviceable. Today is Chocolate Milk Day, National Chocolate Milk Day. Us Americans celebrate an Irish guy who went to Jamaica to make chocolate milk. Yeah, that all washes. That all makes perfect sense. Exactly. Now, our sponsor for this week has been the book, or myself and my books. The book in particular, it's 100 Daily Affirmations for Positivity and Confidence. What's special about this book is kind of the timing. September is Suicide Awareness Month. There was a Suicide Awareness Day. There's a lot of things going on this month to bring people awareness of sadness and despair, not feeling well. One way to fight those feelings is to use affirmations. Now, they don't work for everyone. That's something I say clearly in the book. But if you want to give it a shot, we have 100 different affirmations that are ready for you to use on yourself, and reasons why saying those particular words will mean something to you in the process. And as I say about this, an affirmation, what you make of it. There's nothing magical. It's not a spell that must be produced in the right order, the right sense, or the magic doesn't happen. It's the words that help you process what you need to process. So if there's an affirmation that you read in the book that doesn't quite word the way you need to word, then you word it the way you need to word it. You reword it, you rewrite it, you say what's going on. And all I'm asking you is to give it a shot, give it a read, and see how it works for you, how it can work for you. Go to the link inside of this presentation, or search for 100 Affirmations Pain wherever you buy your books. The link goes to Amazon for Kindle and paperback, $10 paperback, $5 Kindle for this one there. I get a commission off the book, so that's how this works. So all of our sponsors are commissions, even for books. And so you buy them online, we get a small commission, and we can keep things going here for the Conversation Project. We also ask you to like, share, and subscribe to this here video for things you might ought to know, because we think it's fun. Like it so more people can see what's going on and maybe click on and see what's going to happen. Share it with folks who enjoy the love of history, the love of birthdays, some fun facts, if you will, going forward. And subscribe if you're not actually already subscribed to it so you don't miss out on it when it comes to you. You get a live notification of it when we do this thing now live in the mornings, and it'll pop up in your feed, in your subscriptions and your feeds for going forward because it's there. Subscribe to it so you make sure you can see us every single weekday morning as we produce this. And we may start doing this for the weekends. We may tape it ahead so we can get Saturday and Sunday because we can do fun stuff every single day. We just hadn't figured the time out yet. If that's what you want to do, you let us know. In fact, you let us know by considering being a partner. If you're watching the video, the scroll beneath it tells you go to our partnership page. This is conversationproject.com/partnerships, and you can become a partner and help us do things as well. You can directly fund what we do here and have input that comes more or less straight to my brain what's going on. If you don't want to pay up, you don't have to. You can just engage with us and email us at the conversation inbox at gmail.com so that you can tell us what's going on, what to do better or not so worse. And of course, this show is preceded by things you might not have heard, a show that gives you news stories for the morning. If you're not catching that one, search for that in your feed. So it's in the same feed you're watching this in. So just go back a little while and see what it is, or search for it on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, and look for clips of it on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts so you can get some news articles into your brain every single day, or weekday mornings we do the news thing going forward. With that, we are wrapping up for the day for the things you ought to know, the fun stuff. So have a fun Friday. September 27th is the day. We are almost through with September, almost into the fourth quarter. This year, every year seems to go by fast. At least that's how time works. Learned a very, someone said a very, very powerful quote at a speech that I was sending on Wednesday. Essentially, time is the only resource that's out there that you don't know the expiration date on. So do not waste a moment of time because you don't know when your time is up. For us, for the show, our time is up. For you, hopefully you'll enjoy more time with us. We'll do this again come Monday. Maybe we'll sneak in and do it Saturday and Sunday. Maybe we'll figure it out time this week. But come Monday, you'll have more things you might ought to know, and stick around for other things we produce from the Conversation Project.